All right. Any questions on Canvas? So 8 hours study time outside of class. Really spend the time, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise, you might have to take this again. I've had one student that took this course 5 times before he passed it. In fact, he was on his 4th time, and he went and talked to his advisor, and his advisor said, maybe you ought to find something else to go into because you have to pass this. And he come and talked to me and says, what can I do? So I told him, all right, go buy a book, a physical copy of the book. And I gave him all this material that you saw. He says, okay, now go and learn it. Read the book, learn it. And this is what you should be doing as a student, ladies and gentlemen. If you do this, you'll pass the first time, okay? And I have students that will start good and then they'll get busy or something and just kind of fall back. And most students pass the course, but the students that don't pass are the ones that don't come. They don't do their assignments. They don't do the reading. They don't do the studying. So if you don't want to have to take it again, be serious about it. Okay? This is a tough course. Good? When I say it's a tough course, it's doable. It really is. Okay? And I'm here to help you. If you have a good format of note-taking, then once you've studied, done your homework, a study strategy that I believe is very useful. You don't have to use it. I'm not going to grade you on it. It's called the Feynman technique. Has anybody ever heard it? Okay. It's basically what you're doing is so here's the title of the concept you're dealing with, title. And you basically an outline of you explaining this concept. Push examples in there, maybe some diagrams, whatever. If you can do this without looking at your notes, you got it. And then after you write this page, you get your notes out and say, okay, did I get everything? No, I need this, I need that. Oh, this right here is important, that's on the whatever. Okay? You add things. And then you're going back and forth until you really have it mastered. Good? If you master it, you don't have to take it again. Good? I hope I didn't scare you, but I hope I put something in your mind to help you want to do it. Okay? Any questions on how to do well in this course? Okay? Homework is 15% of your grade, so that's the mastering chemistry homework. And this semester was a little bit different getting it set up on my end. And I think I might have made a mistake somewhere because I don't have access to controlling anything on it. But my last class, some students have already turned the first assignment in, and it goes on their grade. So maybe it's good. I am in contact with Pearson to make sure it's good. But maybe try that introduction to mastering chemistry and make sure it's running smoothly. If it's not, email me, whatever. Okay? Practice exams originally are 15% of your grade. And normally, discussions are 5% of your grade. What do you guys think about discussion? So discussion, there's an online discussion where you go and chat with each other about these concepts. Any thoughts? If no thoughts, we'll just leave it on there. Tell me your thoughts.
It sounds tedious, like, it would be helpful, but it's, if you're kind of understanding the concept, it seems like it would be tedious.
Okay. Anybody else? Thanks for sharing, by the way.
I enjoy seeing others' perspectives on certain matters. I read them all.
Okay. Good. So we have a pro and a con. 50-50. I'm here to make this course useful for you. I don't want to give you busy work. I really don't. I want it to be useful for you. Any other thoughts? Yeah, Benjamin.
I think it'd be useful if you're not understanding, but if you are, just kind of listen visibly.
Okay.
If it weren't required, you know.
And if it wasn't required, would we do it? That's a question. So when I first taught this course back in 2022, then I didn't know about, I've never taught a class with discussions, so okay, I'll try it. I tried it. It was a very useful tool. It was. And a lot of students got a lot of good out of it. Did everybody? No. Okay. It is hard for me to grade. It's like, okay, are they just saying something just to get it done? I don't know. So I'm definitely not going to take them off. You can use them, and it is a tool. It's just like get in a study group. Maybe it's better to get in a study group because then you can actually communicate and contact, whatever. But it is a great tool. Any other comments on discussions?
I'd like to see the applications, like if anyone has any applications about the chemistry concepts.
Okay. So,
Not necessarily specific to the class, but broadening it out to the
yeah,
applications.
we can, if we have experiences that we can help somebody else, a lot of us are going into nursing, we can help each other. Hey, this is what I did and it really worked for me. Stuff like that is part of the discussion, okay? So I don't want you not to use it. I really don't. It's a really good tool, okay? But I don't want to ding you because you didn't discuss. Especially because this is not an online class. If this weren't a full online class, I'd say, yeah, let's have it, right? So what I'm saying is use it as a tool, a study strategy, a help. But I took that 5% and put it on practice exams. How do we feel? Okay, I'm seeing yeses. All right. Okay, now I'm going to say something real quick. I didn't get very many comments from you. And that's okay, but you are here for you. If you don't give me your input, I'm not going to help you. You with me? Because I can't read your mind. I don't know what you need. So I know it's scary and we have new faces in here and we got, yeah, I get it. New faces to me too, okay? Anyway, I would really, this is your education. Make the most of it, okay? Talk, speak up, give me your opinions. Opinions are great, okay? Did we talk about how to take the practice exams? I don't remember. I talked about it in my last class. One more time? Okay. So, practice exam, you get 2 chances. Did we talk about this?
You did, yeah.
Okay. Take one like it's a real test, and okay. So, really do those and practice them like it's a test. And make sure you do them. I had one student last semester. He did really well. he did really well. But the last two practice exams he didn't do. And it brought his grade down from A to an A minus. Okay. Fortunately, I don't like to grade that way. But if it's not helping, if you don't have that A, I can't do anything for you, right? So how I grade at the very end is if you can show me you understand chemistry, you're good, okay? So here's kind of how I grade. And I don't, maybe I shouldn't tell you this, maybe because then you'll think, oh, I don't really have to do the homework because he's just gonna. You need to do the homework, you need to study, otherwise you won't have those high grades. But if you get, let's say, well, yeah, there's 5 exams, or 6 exams, including the final, is worth 65% of your grade. That's the vast majority of it, guys. And if you knock the first 5 exams out of the park and you nail them, you don't have to take the final, because I will drop your lowest exam score. And if your average exam score is an A, I'm not going to have the homework dock you for it. Does that make sense? Okay? Because you're here to learn chemistry, and if you learn it, you learn it. I'm not going to dock you for that. But if you don't do the homework, and in turn, it gives you low scores on the tests, well, I can't do anything for you. I'm not going to fudge the grade because I like you. Okay? But does that make sense to everybody? All right. Use AI as a tool. And I probably don't have to say this, but I get high school students that they want to use AI to get the answers. That doesn't help you, okay? I probably don't even need to say that to you, but it is a great tool. It really is. AI can explain a concept for you. Have it help you. Really do it, okay? But you cannot use AI during the exam, okay? And we will be taking the exams here. Make sure you have a tablet or a device, a computer to take the exams. And I won't be walking around, but I'll get around as best I can. Any questions so far? All right. And the due dates aren't stone, guys. So I want you to maybe write this down. Due dates are not stone. Don't think, oh no, I gotta hurry up and get this done. And you do a bad job because you're rushing. Okay? Take your time, do it right, learn it as you're going. But having said that, don't get behind. I'm sure we all know what it feels like to be behind, right? You put it off, and put it off. It's like, and you just forget about it. You just give up, and you can't be a success, right? So stay on top of things, and try to keep up on those due dates. Well, somewhat close, right? Within a week at least. Any questions on that? Okay, chemistry builds on itself. Did I talk about this? No. Okay, thank you. This is the bad thing about teaching. All right. So I apologize beforehand if I do that all the time. It builds on itself just like math does. So I've had students that say, oh yeah, chemistry's not so bad right at first. Not so bad, not so bad, not so bad. Halfway through, it's like, oh my God, this is so hard. If you don't learn and master the content as we go, yes, it gets to be really difficult. But if you learn it as we go and really get it down, it really isn't that bad, okay? It's not easy, but it's really not that bad. We good? I'm going to say it again just in case I didn't say it yet. But read the chapter ahead of time. If you read the chapter and you take notes while you read the chapter, so chapter 1, for example, you take your notes, and I would suggest you leave a lot of space in your notes. That way you come to class, you have your notes, and then I start talking about this stuff, and then you can write that down, right? In those spaces, or whatever. Maybe draw a picture somewhere, okay? And then you don't have to frantically write everything. You're learning, you're not just writing. Writing is not learning. You with me? So come to class prepared beforehand. So today we're not going over any chemistry. Next time we'll start on chapter 1. So read chapter 1. How much of chapter 1? Maybe half. Exactly half, I don't know. If you want to be on the safe side, just read the whole chapter. Get all your notes ready to go. Good? Okay. Science is applied mathematics. If you feel like math is your weak point, then let's fix that. Anybody feel like, and you don't have to tell me, please don't. Anybody feel like you're just not good at math and you can't be good at math, you hate math, you suck at math or whatever. Don't tell me, but if you feel that way, then let's change your stinking thinking. Let's get a checkup from the neck up and change that, guys. I'm just teasing about that, but let's change that. We're not doing really hard math in here. We will not. But I remember when I was in high school, I liked math. And I was in high school in my math class, you'd get to the story problem, you'd say, you do all the rest and you forget about the story problem because then you have to think hard. Nobody likes to do that, right? Maybe some of us do. But those are the best ones. And those are the only ones we do in science. Well, maybe not the only ones, but the majority of them, okay? I will show you how to use the problem-solving strategy, and if you get good at this, it won't be just beneficial for this class. Well, unless you guys probably don't have any problems at home, right? Or in everyday life, no? Probably not, okay. It is a problem-solving strategy, and if you can solve problems, you're going to be a success in your fields, in your areas, okay? So I will go through that, and hopefully if you get good at that right at the first, and we're going to learn about dimensional analysis. Sounds icky, right? But if you get good at this, we use it the rest of the semester. If you get good right at the beginning, you're golden for this class. So just put forth the effort right at the beginning, stay strong, and we'll get there, okay? So, I'm just gonna talk about this real quick. And again, it helps us to be a better student, a better learner, not just a student, but a learner. Preview what you're gonna learn. So pre-reading, read beforehand. We talked about that. Attend class every time. The students that don't do well in this class don't show up all the time, okay? And I do have those videos that you could watch, guys, those are just in case. Come to class, okay? And then review within 24 hours of the lecture, okay? Schedule a time for your study time within 24 hours, okay? Otherwise, you're gonna forget it. And how do I know? Because it happens all the time, okay? Dedicate study periods and everybody has a different attention span. Find out what your attention span is and study that long. And then maybe grow that attention span and take small breaks in between, small breaks, not 2-hour breaks. Well, I gotta watch a movie. I know we want to, and if we're studying in our home, then we got a fridge and we got a TV, all these things that are distracting us. Go to the library. Go somewhere where it's quiet. Maybe you're one of those that need music and stuff to study, whatever. Do what it takes to do well in this class. Any questions?
So you're saying be result oriented?
What's that?
Result oriented.
Yeah. And then check your learning with the assignments, with the worksheets that I give you, the Feynman technique, review your notes, all that stuff. Create your own study guides. I'll give you a study guide, and there's a study guide online, but create your own study guide. What do you need to know? And in my 1010 class, they get a whole page to put anything they want for their reference sheet for an exam. You don't get anything except for this. But I would maybe make a page and use it as you study, as you do your homework, as you do the worksheets, as you come to class. Use it and use it and use it and use it. And then by the time you get to the exam, you won't need it because you know what's on there. Good? You can't use it on the exam. I just want to make that clear. But you can do this. You really can. I know every one of you could. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Well, we have about an hour left. What are we going to do? Should we go home early? No, you want to stay? You don't tell me, we'll just keep going. Talk to me. No, no, I'm done.
We called your bluff.
No, I'm just saying, that's all I had to give you tonight. No chemistry tonight. So start reading your chapters, chapter 1, and come prepared next time. And we probably won't get out an hour early next time. Maybe, we'll see. The first few times is meant to be shorter so that we don't just cram you right into it, okay? But it will get intense, it will. So put forth that effort right now, okay? Are we good? Okay, thank you so much for coming out, and I hope to see you all on Thursday. Be safe out there.